Welcome to another What Is It Wednesday video. Today I have a rather unique and interesting location for you, and it's obviously right here behind me. This massive complex has been on my radar for years, and although we can't technically get inside, we can poke around and learn a lot more about it. If you want to find out what this place used to be, all you need to do is come along with me for my latest What Is It Wednesday video. This is like out of a movie set. This place is incredible. And this right here is kind of telling. That may have something to do about what's going on. So before we do check out the property, I did do some homework prior to coming here. It's all my cheat sheet right here. So I want to read off to you a bit of information that's going to help you understand what this place used to be, what happened over the years, and where it's at today. This was known as the Scranton State School for the Deaf, SSSD abbreviated, founded in 1880 by Reverend Jacob Kohler. It was for individuals from age birth to 21 and not only served as a learning center, but as a long-term school with dormitories on site. In 1913, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania took over the school. It closed in 2009 when it was announced that funding would no longer be included as it was written out of the new budget. At the time of closing, it had 91 students from 53 different school districts who were placed at other facilities. Marywood University, neighboring property here, purchased the property in 2010 and never used it for any student purposes. It went on the market several times with a developer showing interest in 2018 of having plans to turn the 8-acre multi-building property into apartments, event space, and a restaurant. Later, in 2021, it was purchased to be used as a non-profit center known as the Patriot Resource Center. Complications arose and the sale was forfeited, and the property went up for the sheriff's sale multiple times, with the actual sale being delayed and postponed numerous times. In 2024, water was turned off at the property for a lack of payment. After closing in 2009 and up to 2024, there was a caretaker looking after the property, and cameras were installed at some point. Posted signs were also put up. Up until that point, nothing was really being done with the property other than just like the grounds being maintained by the caretaker, but the buildings weren't being used. Well, as you saw on our arrival here and throughout the footage, there's some construction going on. Something is taking place. And this sign may be old, may not be, but it says, "Welcome to the Patriot Resource Center at Marywood." Well, we read that they were one of the interested buyers and that sale never happened. So that could be an old sign from back then, or maybe something changed since that time, and this could be what it's going to be. As of making this video, I don't know what the plans are other than work is being done. Certain areas are being gutted. They're putting up new walls, new flooring. Up until this point, this place has been tightly sealed and secured. I've ridden by here, walked by here, known about it for a number of years. As far as I know, I don't know of any existing footage on social media of someone being inside this building exploring it after it shut down. I also heard two rumors that there's tunnels underground connecting, I think, up to 8 different buildings. So it's a rather unique, interesting location, built like a fortress and has a long history behind it. But it's good to see that it's not being taken away. This building is getting a new life. So right now, let's check out the rest of the property. We'll take some peeks through some windows, check out some of the architecture, and see what this place is like here in August of 2025. The school also had a nice grounds and park area. See an old fire hydrant right here. What's that say on there? The A.P. Smith Manufacturing Company. Don't know what the rest of it says. Got some nice weathering on it. Yeah, there's a basketball court back there. There's like a field. Walking paths and trails. It was illuminated at night, so it was like a fully functioning school, except that students also lived here as well. They called this place home for a number of years. Got big bundles of plywood here, roofing material, other equipment. So we'll start with this building here. This is labeled as school building. And again, you're going to see some signs and things on the windows from when it was operational. It also says principal's office, 2nd floor. And again, we're seeing signs for the Patriot Resource Center, We don't know if they are indeed taking over or not. We're also not going to enter the buildings since something is being done with it. Someone is actively doing something with it. It is privately owned. But there's nothing saying we can't peer through the windows. So right here is a look. You can see it's getting partially gutted. Scaffolding in there. Trying to give you a decent view reaching through here. Nice cool air coming out too. So second floor, 3-story building. The second floor was the principal's office. Now the door is open. Many of these doors are open. It is an active work site, but I am here on the weekend, so they're not working currently today. And look at the windows staggered there. I wonder if there's stairs. Typically you see windows kind of going in line with the staircase, possibly. And if it's coming through on camera, that school building is actually pretty deep. It goes back pretty far. It's a rather large building, as most of them are. Someone needs help. Should we help them? It says this property, exterior and interior is electronically monitored and may be recorded. This includes closed circuit television. So I wonder if that's probably from when this was in operation. But let's see if you could peer through. Yep, there are stairs there, like I imagine there would be. So right there to the left of that window is a staircase. So those windows we saw slanting are slanted because of the staircase. So it's good that we confirmed that. Now here's a look in the main room here, and it is pretty gutted. I hear music in here. I hear Ozzy coming from upstairs. I wonder if someone's in here. Large windows too. I mean, I'll stand in front of it for a sense of scale. You could see how big it is compared to me, but some of these windows are rather large. Now, funny enough, I was actually by this building a few weeks ago in the evening, just kind of scoping it out, seeing if it's doable to make this video. And up there, behind that light, and I was here in the evening, probably around 7:30. Behind that light, that room, it looked like there was a light on, and I heard noise up there, like talking or a television or something. So I don't know if there's someone staying on site as like a watchman or a caretaker, or it's just a light that was left on and maybe a radio playing from the construction workers. That I don't know. That could be what's happening today. But it did catch my attention though when I was here. And right here on top, do you see right there it says POS, piece of sh. I don't know what that stands for. You can see an old sensor light here too. You will, what? Oh, die tonight. So obviously this place has been graffitied up. Here's a look at some of the original architecture inside. Stone is on the inside here too. Wooden floors here. This may be a slightly longer What Is It Wednesday video. I typically like to keep them around 15 minutes or less. This one may be a little bit over 20. There's a lot to see here, but I didn't want to draw it out too long because obviously we can't go inside. If that was the case, it would be a much longer exploration video, but showing you what I can while not crossing any boundaries. Now again, that door is open. I could pull it open if I wanted to. I could probably look through the window. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see. Goes to a room there. Yeah, I am hearing music from up there in that area where that window is open next to that light. I'm looking too, excuse me, nice little turret up there. That'd be a neat little lookout room. I'm guessing it's a radio left on from construction workers being here. Either that or, like I said, there's someone staying on site, and if they are, they're gonna hear me. Oh, this is open down here actually. That's into the basement. Cool air coming out of there too. Let me see if I can tilt you down there, see what it looks like. Yeah, just a dark, cool looking, cool filling basement. Nice cold air coming out of there. See a piece of iron coming out of the wall here. It's almost like a seashell pattern, and it rotates. I don't know what that would have been for. Go home, it says on the windows. I do love the windows here though. Oh, here's more of them too. So would have rotated all the way around. Windows got some nice character to them as well. And let's see what's on this building here. No trespassing, enter at your own risk. That's kind of almost inviting. Superintendent's residence, private. See, there's a broken glass here. Inner pane still intact. So can't get any visuals through here. I'm not going to try the doors like we mentioned, but we'll continue around. And I'm getting caught in all kinds of spider webs. So we know this is the boys dorm infirmary, as stated on that sign right there. You can see them on the camera systems, which at one time I know they were in use. This area looks more modern here compared to the rest. This may have been maybe an addition to connect the buildings at one time. Doesn't look completely original. But let's peer over here in the windows. And I do see an elevator. There's a layout of the building there. So it's looking down towards the left. And there's to the right, looks like there's a stairwell there. This may or may not be an addition. This does look more modern though. There's some steel. This looks like newer construction, so could be just a connection for the buildings. And then we have this building here with the forklift parked in front. But again, check out the details. You don't see buildings like this nowadays, or at least built like this. It's a castle-like fortress, in my opinion. Let's take a peer over here. It says leave. Again, broken windows. This is, I think it's glass. I don't think it's plexiglass. Oh, we actually could see. Wow, it's actually quite big in there. I'm going to try to get you a view. Yeah, that's a really large room. Huge room. Looks like it's still in good shape too. All right, we're not done yet. We got more to cover. So I can hop on the bike. We'll ride to a different part of the building. Continue checking it out. Okay, we're gonna come around back here. And it is a mess back here. But now we're on the back side. Front side of this building would have been that forklift that we saw for orientation. All right, so we got a flashing spotlight, security light going on and off. This, let's see. I heard something rustling in the weeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 stories tall. With or without a basement, I'm not sure. Another little lookout tower up there. A lot of these windows are open, so we will peer in. This is a corridor right here, which I think goes in that direction for another building. So it's all interconnected, both I believe above, definitely above, possibly underground. So this door is propped open. Just gonna give you a look, not gonna go inside. Yeah, it's how you imagine it to be. Plenty of nice cool air coming out of here. It feels like air conditioning. This I think is like a basement. Although it says level 1, it's like half subterranean. And this door is already propped open, so just leave it how it was. We're not gonna disturb anything. Let's go over here, check out through some of these windows, get a better idea. It looks like they've been clearing the building out. They may have had dumpsters back here, and a lot of it didn't make it inside the dumpster. Either that or stuff was dumped here. But there's a big mess of stuff. Oh, here's an old post. And we do have a broken open window, so let me stick you through there. And gotta watch I don't cut myself. It smells like grease or oil, almost like for an oil furnace. So I do see steps here. almost like a stage, but this is, again, half subterranean. There could be something underneath this, not really sure, but it is, from what we could tell, considered level 1. And that's open up there too. Another little lookout tower, if you want to call it that. These are the signs I remember seeing over the last few years. It was posted with those. Now you see some more signs about enter at your own risk, which I wouldn't advise doing. And let's see what's around this corner here. Also, to dimension, up until they started working here, this lot was all overgrown. You couldn't even walk through here. It was just severely overgrown. So they cleared it out. Now it's nice and open. Oh, there's an old bus here. And there's a whole other area I've actually never seen before. So once again, another broken window. We'll take advantage of it. Looks like stairs. And there's a sign right there, Scranton State School for the deaf. So it looks like it hasn't changed from what it was built and used as, which is good. It's still original. But look at this place though, it is gigantic. Yeah, I've actually never seen this area before. I've never been back here. And I'm kind of blown away. Excuse me, I've seen it for the very first time. So there is that corridor we saw on the other side. So the other side of this is that door that we opened to peer inside. Corridor connects to this. I'm also noticing some of these buildings and windows have X's on them. I'm not sure if that's old graffiti or if that's relatively newer, marking something for construction. Oh, this is something else. Wow. Massive, massive complex here. And there's, if I could only get inside legally to explore this, be a dream come true. Little storage room there. Stairs going up to the door, which appears to be open. Nothing down here. Well, again, we'll look, but we're not going to enter. Looks like this is the other side of the newer construction. Scranton School, deaf and hard-hearing children, is a tobacco-free environment. And this is marked as level 2. Yeah, I mean, so easy to get in here. And although I could probably get away with it just based on its location, even though I could get in and out, unless it was an unfamiliar area, unfamiliar building, for me, it's not worth the risk. This place just keeps going and going. This looks like a maintenance building here, maybe an old powerhouse. Oh yeah, there's some old piping in there and stuff. So that would signify something with heating probably back in the day. We got a backhoe back here. You can see a gazebo, skid steer, and a good shot of the back of this building right here. What a sight. It would take you probably several hours to explore top and bottom every square inch of this place. It's even right here too. This is still part of it too. This looks like maybe more of like a church-like structure or a chapel. Not sure if they had that on site, but we didn't even get to the really front where the administration offices are. I had to walk over here and get dead center. What a sight. If these little bushes and trees were trimmed and the gazebo was just visible, if heavy equipment wasn't there, it'd be like a postcard. What a sight. Yeah, right there is a radio, at least one of them that we heard. So I'm not gonna get any closer so I don't get hit with any copyright music, but that's as close as we're gonna get to this building here. You can see a chimney right there. This area here looks like another kind of corridor. We'll take a pier, just a hallway. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. It's sloping downwards and continues down that direction which I believe is the basement of that school building that we saw. Where we saw the second floor was the principal's office or principal's area. I think that's what this building is here. So again, just peering through, see a lot of tile. And this would be, this is from the front or the other side of it, it would be considered like a lower level or a basement. We still have to go around that way, but got another, that door is actually open. Looks like they were probably running the skid steer in and out of there. This door is unlocked here. And I think this is still a connected building. Oh, it looks like maybe a chalkboard was there. This was a classroom. How neat is that? Come through over here. And it's just a hallway right here, a ramp. With a doorway here. And look at the old locks here. Not sure if that's copper maybe? Oh, it's actually locked, so we can't go in anyways. Not that we're gonna go in, but just to open it to look through. But that's the best I could give you. This is just a hallway here going down around, let's see, where does it go to? The main larger building here. So another door here. I can see this one's chained up as well, but we'll look through. There, it's going down the hallway. I saw the radiators on the wall there. And then we have a door over here. So I actually hear this power unit's humming as well. So it's probably still power to this property. I'm not going to show it, but on this door there is a sign here. It says, "Danger. This structure is declared unsafe for human occupancy or use. Unlawful for any person to use or occupy this building after August 23rd, 24. That's almost 1 year ago. And there's some other codes on here, sections, and there's a look inside. So, again, don't know what we're looking at, but it's the only thing I can share with you. Back out on the road now. Here's that building I said looks like a church. It does resemble one. So these gates are open here, which are normally locked up. It looks like a sign on the building here as well. Rules of the playground: do not use when wet, no running, pushing, or shoving, no bare feet, shoes must be worn. Children under 6 years of age must be accompanied by an adult. This playground has been designed for children under 12 years of age. Do not litter. So they had a secondary playground area, as we've seen the other one where the basketball courts are. So that may be for older kids. This one is for younger. I don't know what that used to be, and something was mounted here like a merry-go-round. And that is the administration building. That's where all the offices are. And again, it's all connected. There is a corridor going up. I'm gonna get in the shade here. And if you could tell, it's kind of partially underground. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, get a closer look to show you that I think there could be some truth of tunnels connecting these properties. So this does enter partially underground. And that's only what we could see from here. And that's the school building right there. Second floor principal room. That's the back side of it. And here we officially are in front of it. Administration building of the Scranton State School for the Deaf. And again, even out here posted, no trespassing, enter at your own risk. And we'll just take one final spin around here, head to the back, and go into the shade, share a few thoughts with you. But what a fascinating property. Gorgeous buildings. Here for over 100 years. And the future, up until now, was questionable. But now we know it's going to survive in some capacity. Like the old saying goes, they don't make them like this anymore, and they were built to last. Both stand true for this property here. It's a warm one today. So just to wrap a few things up is that, again, this has been on my radar for years. I've known about it for about 5 years. And I've come here numerous times scouting it out, seeing, hey, is it doable? A few times I was here, the groundskeeper was here, the caretaker, cutting grass. There were a lot of fresh posted signs. And although I never got stopped from walking around it or riding my bike around it, I wasn't about to enter, especially since windows weren't broken, doors weren't open. It was a pretty secure facility. And lo and behold, here, I think it's around early 2025, I came here again and noticed things changed. Construction vehicles, equipment, gutting of the buildings. So I don't know what the future is. So I'm gonna ask you guys, if you do happen to know anything about this property as to what it's gonna become, by all means, let us know down in the comment section. Even more so, if you know anyone that has connections to this place legally to be able to get in here and explore it, I love the opportunity to document it before any more significant changes take place. I'd like to document it as to how it looked when it was a school. Now, although some areas we saw are changed and gutted and look different now, the whole place is not like that, only certain areas. So if there's any connections out there, and anyone watching that would allow me the opportunity to legally document this soon before anything changes, please reach out to me. Email and Facebook is down below every video description. Lastly, I just want to say that if you do plan on coming here for yourself, well, obviously you're doing so at your own risk. This video is not an invitation for you guys to come here. I'm coming here because it's a local place. Many people know about it. It's been covered in the news. Most of the research I got was from news articles or television stories covering this property over the years. So it's not unknown. It's not been hidden away for years. It's well known in the Scranton area here. And it is an active work site. It is actively posted. Anything you do is on your own free will. I'm not encouraging anyone to go inside. I didn't do so. It's not worth the ramifications. I'd rather do things legally with permission. So with that being said, what I was able to share with you history-wise and show you from the outside and the air hopefully made it worthwhile to check out this video. Again, a lengthier What Is It Wednesday video, but I think exceptions have to be made for locations like this. If you have a particular building that you like or something that you saw that stood out to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for coming along, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.